Hey, grown folks, Donna Smith, aka Lady D, on the weekend with you, talking grown, live, bringing some thoughts and shaking some things around that's on my mind and my heart, and that other people have shared with me as well. So, we're going to take this to another relationship topic. This is in regards to a man and a woman. They've been together, everything's been cool, but they start having some funk. Things start getting a little, start going to the left. And neither one of them really understand why. They've tried to talk about it. They got good communication. They try to discuss it. And he's saying everything's cool. She's saying everything's cool. But they can feel the distance. They can feel that, that funk in the air. But nobody's really admitting what. Now, come to find out, through a mutual friend, that the wife was having an affair and the man, the husband, was having an affair too. They both were. But they were in this situation that they didn't want to leave. They didn't want to let it go. They loved each other. They cared for one another. But they had grown apart. But they had assets. They had a house. They had a business. They had mutual funds in common. They had children. They had college education that they were both paying for. They had an image to uphold to the family. So they didn't want to let that go. But they had grew apart. Now, what's going on with that? I mean, I hear more and more and more this situation going on where people will stay and settle in situations just because it's the best thing to do. The situation is we can't make that move right now. So I'm going to do me and I'm going to do you. But they're not keeping it 100 because no one is disclosing that they have this openness or this open relationship. Oh, that's another topic. Open relationship and married. Oh my goodness. But anyway, they're not talking about they have this openness. They're still misleading one another per se. So they hang in there. The gap in the bridge grows wider and wider. They totally drift apart. It's to the point they walk into the house and it's like, hi, hi. One goes to this side of the room, the other goes to that side of the house, and whatever. Good night, good night. And that's what's up. And sometimes one falls asleep on the couch. They don't even make it to the bed. Why? Why make it to the bed? Ain't nothing happening in there but some frustration. So why do they stay together? Is not your happiness, your direction in life, your peace of mind, isn't that worth more than assets, community property, materialistic things? You can still be good parents and not be together. One would want the family unit to stay together, but that's not always the case. And it does not mean that you cannot both still love and do for your child or children. So why settle when you've grown apart? And that growing apart, I mean, is it that you both just turned off the effort? You turned it off and then you turned it on with someone else. So you started giving this other person your time, your energy, your focus, your everything. But you gave this one that you have been yoked with nothing. And you wonder why you grew apart. Or perhaps you're at a point where it doesn't matter why. It is what it is. I have gotten into something else. I love what I'm doing with that other person, but your foot is on my neck and I can't move to the right or the left right now. And this person on the outside is accepting that. So guess what? I'm going to just ride this cart until the wheels fall off. Really? Come on, grown folks. Why put yourself through that? Why make another miserable because you are? Why settle for a situation that's broke and cannot and will not be fixed because you have given up the effort to do so? Why? Think about that. What would you tell another that came to you in a situation like that? Whether they were married or just been with someone for X amount of years. What would you tell them? Would it matter whether they were married or not? I mean, actually, you've been with somebody for 15, 20 years and don't have a piece of paper, you still have some type of bond with that person. So, what would you tell them? What would you do? Why settle? Why stay? Are you being selfish? Or are you just trying to love too? Because you know that's not easy to do. I just had to throw that in there. Anyway, think about that. Get back with me. Let me know what you're thinking, what you're feeling, what's in your mind. What would you tell another that was lost in a situation such as this?